gets one of the last ones, I think you would automatically win because you get a little more. We pull back from obscure and then it goes to really obscure. Yeah, that's Jack. Oh, really? Oh, my bad. Oh, he's gone now. Okay, see, he's gone. Well, we had that brief conversation. So I thought he was screwing me. I thought that hurt Jack. I thought he was like messing with your not with me.
Well, it's very possible. He's back, so.
It's company. Oh, it's personal branding. What you said? Or personal branding. It's for the company.
I was just gonna say there's.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, they're amazing.
What's that? Okay, let's rock. Is this something? Oh, branding.
Yeah, we're on outside branding, then personal branding.
Yeah.
Clients and getting clients.
Yeah.
Pretty clients, getting clients.
Yeah. Oh, and then having fun.
Yeah, you get started. Okay. Well, I mean, we've actually. Well, we have a.
It's a limited library version.
Okay. Like, how does? Because I do like PC prototypes.
Okay.
I've done some side work.
Yeah.
And I got a friend who knows how to do that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Right now he's working for cable, installing cable modems. Voice over IP telephone.
Okay.
Well, like how does like the whole like take coding? You know what I mean?
When you're doing I'm going to give you the quick overview because we're going to get started again quickly, but you can do it two ways. First of all, you'd be owners, so you can get the profit from the company. it basically becomes a tax issue, or the company can pay you guys based on whatever scheme. Yeah, so you'd have to actually keep W-4s.
Or would you do like 1099?
It's up to you, but you do. I mean, it depends. The difference is would the company end up paying some amount of taxes? Basically, it would end up being a 1099 if you just take profit as the owner of the company. Or you could have the company pay taxes and then give you W-2s, but then you have W-4s on record. And that's the get an accountant friend, basically. At the lowest level,
Because give you a quick idea. Last year, I did some work for a few different libraries, different cities. So.
Where are you from? Okay.
So I did work
Down there last week. Okay.
And a 1099. Just because I was doing it as.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what happens
tax
is.
time I ended up paying tax in
Yeah.
all these different places.
Yeah, that's the advantage of the structure. It's just, we would work out you and your partner. The person pay us something, you're going to have to like work out and then get it done. You have to get it done on paper too. Otherwise, you never know.
I mean, something like that, though, you're going to have someone who work for it and pay the LLC.
Okay.
I didn't know if you guys were.
It's okay.
Hey Jim, sit down. We're gonna get started. Cool.
Waiting for you.
Yeah, well, that's the cue. Jim, sit down. We're gonna get started. Works pretty well. Thank you so much, Elder, for the water. But some percentage you could have to know this one.
Anyone?
Okay, 1. Good.
1.
2. You guys don't count. Go away. Okay, well, we're doing better, but we use this one twice, which is...
So, one of the most important things you can do is, so I have a company, so I've got the best, I've got a great skill set, I've got great people. If people don't believe you are a company and you are very serious, they will not take you seriously. So what we're just gonna go into what branding means, like a top level overview, how you can make yourself look very good and professional as a company quickly without, without having an entire communications department or something. If you,
First thing's the name.
yeah, absolutely. We spent a long time thinking of names. And if you ever thought of a name for a company, it's a very painful process. It takes a long time, and it's very hard. I think we've had to name, in working different startups, we've had to name 3 or 4 different companies, and we've only made maybe, in about days and days and days and days of work, maybe 1 or 2 good names.
The trouble is that my name LLC, or Michael Waldstein or Waldstein Hannick Consulting or things like that, suddenly instead of selling the company, you're selling yourselves again. Don't get me wrong, you're always selling yourself when you meet with people, but the illusion that you create, and I use illusion in, I don't know, hesitantly, but you want to come across as a professional, as part of a professional organization. This isn't something that you've just been doing out of your front room of your house, even though maybe you are.
Right.
But
they don't want to, they need, you can't invest in something as your client. They can't be like, well, if this guy gets hit by a car, I'm doomed. But he's got this giant corporation behind him now that I feel very confident in.
it goes back to the flip side, of course, is don't lie. If they flat up ask you, answer them, but feel confident in what you're saying. If you say that you're going to be around for, the next 5 years, make sure that you really believe that you're going to be around for the next 5 years or minimum, or that you have people who will be around in the next 5 years who can take that job over, or take over providing support to this particular client.
Yeah, if they ask you how many people do you have, don't shrug and be like, oh, I have
300.
Yeah, don't say 300, but if you say 3, make it sound like that is the best decision ever, and you intentionally had 3, and you wanted to have 3, and that is the only way your company could possibly operate. I have 3. No, so that's not
honestly, I honestly believe that smaller companies are better. If you only have 3 people, it's good. If you need more people, outsource it to other people, and subcontract out when you have to. By keeping small numbers of employees, you get to save on the paperwork.
Yeah, and you don't want to go paying people before you need them. You don't. You need the money to expand. If you need the money to expand, you don't need to expand. It's not a big deal how many you have. A lot of people get caught up in, like, I have a company, this many people working for me. Well, how much money are you making? Your concentrate should be on the bottom line. Like, I have 2 people, so I make a lot of money.
And that's a hard jump to make from I want to help people out to I need to get paid for helping people out. Particularly as, tech geeks or open source weenies that we are, we're really used to providing large amounts of free labor to different people. Well, if you start approaching companies or other organizations, you have to make the transition to I should be paid for my time, or maybe I'm going to be contributing what I do back to the open source community, but congratulations, you need to bootstrap that to get us there.
Yeah, and to go back to how you present as a company, you need to be sure that you can tell somebody exactly what your company is very quickly and succinctly. You don't want to give confusion. If they're not sure of what you do, they're not going to be sure they want to hire you to do anything. So they need to be very comfortable in what they're getting. They need to know, and it goes along with the being upfront and honest, and just very very matter of fact about it. So you have to be very sure of what you're doing. Make sure people present themselves the same way. If you're starting with multiple people, make sure you're saying the same things. If you contradict each other, it's going to be it's a problem. If you don't want to you never want to contradict to a client. Like if let's say I went in and said this is the best idea, everybody's like I'm not so sure. We would look terrible. Always plan and prepare that we are going to look the same. We are never going to argue. You're never going to see us argue in public unless it's funny. And those are just like the verbal communication side. There's also the logo, name, print side. Make sure you have a logo that looks the same on each of them.
Get a business card on day 1. I can't stress that enough, because the instant you talk to someone, if you're at a professional organization meeting of some type, for instance, maybe you've gone to a small business people's meeting, and you're talking to people, you're going to be asked for your business card, and it's kind of embarrassing to say, oh, can I just write it on the back of one of yours?
Actually, you say, I've got mine back in the office. It was in the other...
I ran out this week.
It's a terrible feeling. One of the companies we had worked for a while, I don't know if they're cheap or what the problem was, but I always fight them, like, we need business cards, because you go into these meetings, we were going in with like big corporation execs throwing on a card, and I'm like,
let me write it on the paper.
Yeah, it looks terrible. You hand them a nice card, people go, wow.
Business cards are cheap too, by the way.
Yes.
If you hunt around, you can, I think we got 1,000 for $40, including a union logo, which it's important when you deal with government and politics to have a union bug on it, but you can get them even cheaper. So buy business cards. It'll really... It's another level of professionalism that will help people really buy into that you're part of a company and that you are a company.
Yeah, the logo on your documents, your presentations, your press releases, your MOUs, your NDAs, your website, it all needs to look the same, because then it looks unified. They always know what they're going to get. When they see something different, it looks like they're just screwing around. If it's obsessive, it sounds insane, but it is not. It creates a bad impression if you see different kinds of branding for the same thing. We have the same, we have email signatures, they look the same.
We're getting into now, one of the things that I think we've both learned working at other companies is that there's good parts of corporate culture, and then there are bad parts. Recognize what the good parts are,